All right, let's dive in. Artificial intelligence is absolutely everywhere in business these days. But let's be honest, the market can feel, well, a little chaotic. It's confusing. So, we're going to clear things up. We're going to look at the AI tools that companies are actually using right now, and maybe more importantly, why they're picking one over the other.
It's a totally fair question, right? You see all these names flying around, ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini, and it's so easy to just lump them together and think, okay, they're all just chatbots. And you know what? On a surface level, you're not entirely wrong. But that is definitely not the whole story. Because for a company, picking an AI tool is a lot like a mechanic picking something from their toolbox. I mean, you wouldn't use a giant hammer to change a tire, and you wouldn't use a socket wrench to drive a nail. Every tool has a very specific job. And in the world of business AI, that distinction, well, it's everything.
Okay, so if you take away just one single thing from this whole explainer, please make it this. The secret to getting a handle on the business AI landscape isn't about the hype or the brand names. It's all about the specific work a company needs to get done. It's about the workflow.
And this quote just cuts right through all the noise. The goal is not about finding the quote-unquote best AI. It's about finding the best AI for the job. And that little shift in thinking is what guides every single smart business decision in this space.
And listen, this isn't just some theory. It's exactly where the entire industry is heading. Gartner is predicting that by 2026, a full 40% of enterprise applications will have these kinds of task-specific AIs built right in. The trend is crystal clear. Specialization is the future.
So here's a really helpful way to think about this. I want you to imagine you're building a team. Instead of asking which AI is smarter, smart companies are asking, what role do I need to fill right now? Are we hiring a versatile general assistant, an office coordinator who knows all our software, or a super specialized researcher? Let's meet the candidates.
Here's a quick bird's-eye view of our digital workforce. As you can see, each platform has a really distinct strength, from just being a great all-rounder to being deeply integrated with other software. These are the heavy hitters, and we're going to break down exactly what each one brings to the table.
First up, we've got the general assistants. These are the flexible jack-of-all-trades of the AI world. Think of them as that smart, capable new hire who can pitch in on a huge variety of tasks, no matter the department. And the two biggest names here are, of course, ChatGPT and Claude.
ChatGPT is often the very first AI a company tries out, and for good reason. Its superpower is just sheer versatility. Your marketing team can use it for ad copy, managers can use it for summarizing long email threads, and developers can use it for code suggestions. It's kind of like the Swiss Army knife that gets everyone in the company comfortable with using AI every day. Then you have Claude. If ChatGPT is the versatile generalist, Claude is the deep thinker. Its specialty is chewing through huge amounts of text and performing really nuanced analysis. So for your legal teams that have to review 100-page contracts or consulting firms digging into dense research, Claude is the go-to analyst, hands down.
Next on the team are the ecosystem assistants. Now, their real power isn't in some separate app you have to open. It's the fact that they live and breathe inside the software your company is already paying for and using every single day.
If your company runs on Microsoft 365, Copilot is basically a no-brainer. It's built directly into Word, Excel, Outlook, Teams, the whole suite. The key thing here is that it boosts productivity right where people are already working, so they don't have to jump between a bunch of different windows. And for companies that are built on Google Workspace, you have Google Gemini. It's the exact same idea. Powerful AI help right there inside your Gmail, your Docs, and your Sheets. It's a natural choice for any team that's already living in that Google ecosystem. Now, for the experts, the specialist assistants. These are the AIs you hire for one critical skill that they perform exceptionally well. These are not all-rounders. These are the pros you bring in when you need a very specific job done right the first time.
Perplexity is the team's dedicated researcher. Its entire focus, its reason for being, is to provide answers with clear, verifiable sources and citations. So for any task that requires trustworthy, source-backed info, like market analysis or competitive intelligence, Perplexity is just invaluable. It gives you the answers with receipts.
Now for the tech specialist on the team, DeepSeek. This AI is laser-focused on coding and engineering tasks. For developers and startups, its huge advantage is getting really powerful performance without the massive price tag of some of the other big platforms.
And then there's this really unique role, the internal knowledge manager. That's NotebookLM.
So you feed it your own company documents, reports, presentations, training manuals, and it becomes an expert based only on your information. It literally transforms all those scattered files into a private, searchable brain just for your business.
So we've met the team, right? We have the generalists, the ecosystem integrators, and the specialists. And this brings us to a really important question about how companies are actually putting all this stuff to work.
You might be thinking, okay, so the goal is to find that one perfect AI that does everything for everyone. You know? Do you have to go all in on a single platform?
The short answer is simple: almost never. The idea of choosing just one tool is probably one of the biggest misconceptions out there. The reality of how this works is so much more dynamic.
In a typical modern company, you're going to see this multi-tool approach in action. On the very same day, the marketing team might be using ChatGPT for some creative brainstorming, while just down the hall, the legal team is using Claude for a deep contract analysis. At the exact same time, sales is using Copilot inside Microsoft Teams, and R&D is gathering data with Perplexity. It's all about using the right tool for the job.
Okay, so how can you or your company make sense of all this and actually choose wisely? Well, it really just comes down to a simple 3-step framework.
First, and this is non-negotiable, what are your data and privacy requirements? Second, what software ecosystem do you already live in? Is it Microsoft or is it Google? And third, the big idea we started with, what specific work are you actually trying to improve? Answering these 3 questions makes the right choice way, way clearer. So, to wrap this all up, the next time you hear about some hot new AI platform, try to resist that urge to ask, is it the best one? Instead, think like a hiring manager. Ask a much better question. What job does this AI do, and is that a role my team needs to fill right now?